Hey, it's Travel Dad Steve coming back to you as your licensed Disney travel advisor. We're talking about the Disney Caribbean Beach Resort in Disney World Orlando. And today's topic is going to be about the transportation, how to get from your hotel, your resort, to the property or park that you're going to. We used multiple types of transportation and we did visit each park during our stay. So stay tuned and we'll go over the different types that we used. Caribbean Beach is a transportation hub resort, which is both a big advantage and something you want to be aware of and know how to manage if you're going to be staying there. You'll use the Skyliner to reach EPCOT as well as the Hollywood Studios, and you can use the bus to go to Animal Kingdom as well as the Magic Kingdom. And then you do have for additional money, the option to take the minivans to any of the parks you may be interested in. For EPCOT, the Skyliner is usually fantastic. It's smooth, efficient, and drops you right at the International Gateway at EPCOT, which is a huge advantage, especially if you're going to rope drop. When timed right, this was one of the easiest park commutes we had during our trip. The trip to Epcot was easy on the Skyliner, but the trip back is something you want to have some flexibility with. Most nights, the Skyliner works just fine coming back from the resort, but one night at park close, the Skyliner line at Epcot was really long. And so we tried a different strategy. We took the Friendship Boats, which load at the same area as the Epcot Skyliner International Gateway, but they ferry you to different areas, and it conveniently actually helped us to avoid that Epcot bottleneck at the Skyliner. Now, it's important to understand the ferry ride doesn't take you directly back to Caribbean Beach. The boat dropped us off at the Hollywood Studios area, which we could then walk over to the Hollywood Studios Skyliner and take that back to the Caribbean Beach. This particular Skyliner route is completely independent of the Epcot route, so that congestion from Epcot doesn't have an impact on it. Doing this way allows you to avoid the line at Epcot. It's a great backup option if you're leaving the park and you do see that congestion. For Hollywood Studios, you'll also use the Skyliner. This is a direct route from the top of the Caribbean Beach Resort up by Aruba directly to Hollywood Studios. Easy and short, and really just had no recommendations on it other than get there early and enjoy the ride. So the Skyliner does not go to the Magic Kingdom or to Animal Kingdom. So if those are parks that you're going to be enjoying, you will need a different strategy. You can take your own car, you can take the bus/shuttle, or you can utilize a minivan, which is a Lyft that partners with Disney. And so it is Disney inspired when you do take the ride, but does cost additional money. We took the bus from the Caribbean Beach to the Animal Kingdom. You should prepare for it to take about 30 to 40 minutes. It is a quite extensive ride, and so if you're looking to rope drop and using the bus system, plan accordingly. For Magic Kingdom, you can also use the bus system, which is actually great because it drops you right at the gate of the Magic Kingdoms, and you avoid taking the ferry across to the entry point. Whereas if you take your car, you will need to take the ferry to get there. Because Caribbean Beach is a large resort, there are multiple internal bus stops, and it's important to manage this when estimating your time. If you are the first pickup, then you can expect to stop at all the other stops around the resort, which is 6, I believe. So it's probably more time effective to find the last stop and utilize that on your way to the Magic Kingdom. But bear in mind that if that bus is full and you're the last stop, they won't let you on and you'll have to wait for the next one. So you have to juggle which one's going to work for you and the amount of time that you're planning to use it. Again, it's not a problem, but just takes a little bit more strategy. Another option you've heard me mention to get to really any of the parks is the Disney's official rideshare program. They're driven by cast members, and it can be a great option to get to Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, and those are the minivan service by Lyft. You do book them using the Lyft app. While they are additional costs, they are effective and efficient to get you where you want to go. For a one-way trip, if you are running behind, this is probably the option to utilize, especially if you're trying to get there by rope drop or, like I said, running behind. Now, it's not cheap, but it will be the quickest route to get to the park entrance. Overall, the Caribbean Beach Resort offers multiple ways to get to the various parks. Because it's a Skyliner resort, it's got that fantastic option that's not available at all their Disney resorts. But I think the overarching message is plan ahead. Have a strategy in mind, whether that's using buses, using the minivans, where the sky shuttles will be used plan for the timing. So don't just walk in and think it's going to go smoothly. You must plan ahead for it. Unless, of course, you're looking for that island vibe and waiting is not really going to be a stressor for you. But for those Type A families, please do plan ahead. Thanks again for tuning in to Travel Dad's Playbook. I'm Travel Dad Steve. I hope you enjoyed sharing this real-world insight into the Caribbean beach transportation to and from the parks. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me a line, shoot me an email, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time at the parks.